You're listening to the Hot Seed Podcast. Welcome all. I'm Sean, along with my co-host, Dave.
Yes, sir.
Earl is supposed to be here. This is supposed to be his night. And he hit us with the, I'm doing homework. Go ahead and start. But in any case, man, you know what it is. We're just dads with mics. Gamers with headsets and a whole lot of unfiltered conversation. As always, make sure you follow us on Instagram and Facebook at the Hot Seed Podcast. Be sure to listen, like, rate, review, share, and most importantly, enjoy on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, or wherever you get your favorite shows. And don't forget to leave us a nice 5-star review because that's how the show gets better. And if you happen to be watching this on YouTube, like, enjoy, and most importantly, subscribe on YouTube at the Hot Seed Podcast. Episode 176. It's a special night, man. It's supposed to be a special episode tonight. Episode 176, and it's a Wednesday night, June 3rd. The Knicks are in the finals. It's supposed to be about Earl, but he'll be here shortly. So let's go into something else that I was going to add to this, and maybe he'll pop in while we're having this conversation. And it kind of works because we've been gone for a few days, so I guess.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Ho. Thanks to the OP. I used to make snowflakes. I guess even back then.
Yes.
CEO of the ocean. Fresh out the frying pan into the fire. I beat
I hardly hear that, Joe. I got you.
Okay. maybe I hear it on this side, the way it's coming through the board here. This past weekend, the GOAT himself, Sean Carter, he graced the stage actually for 2 shows. I didn't realize he did a rehearsal show like at the Fillmore or something like that in Philly the night before, like a rehearsal joint, small joint for like 200 people or so, and then he hit the Roots Picnic stage, and currently he has the internet in an uproar. He really does. First of all, I'm impressed about whoever. If you saw the stream and everything else, whoever did the comb out of his locks, I know Beyonce has her product line or something along those lines, but man, oh man, for a person, I didn't have locks. I had, I don't know what you would call back in the day. It wasn't twists. It was somewhere between twists and locks. I had years and years ago before I became bald. And the fact that he got his joints combed out, which was a lot more locked up than mine were, salute to whoever did that. I know his payroll allows him to do so. But
he has a video of it.
Yeah. It's first of all, that just let you know that there is a Jay-Z album coming out. We don't know when, but it's happening. If you know anything about Jay-Z, whenever the hair changes, whether it's a cut or something like that, you know what's happening. It's going to happen. We just don't know when. In any case, Jay-Z hit the Roots Picnic stage for an epic night. And he hit it with in only Jay-Z fashion, he hit it with a freestyle, hitting everybody from Nicki Minaj to Kanye West to Drake to Busby to what was Buddy name? Dame. What's Buddy name? That's in jail right now. There was Megan Thee Stallion. I forget his name. Tory Lanez and his dad, and everything else in between, man. And it was well received by those who know, and at the same time for those who don't know. Yeah, what you got, man? What was your take? Give me your take on what you got there. How you feeling? Seeing the GOAT himself. I see everybody's watching on YouTube. If you're not watching on there, it's the audio, the music, everything else.
That's what it is. It's the true audio.
Yeah,
this is what I live for. Like, this is the music that it's kind of like talking to that fair weather friend that, okay, you probably don't speak all the time and all that type of stuff, but 5 years go by and you speak to that and you just pick up where you left off. That's how good music is to me, and true artistry is to me. You know what I mean? Like, Kendrick could take off for all these years and then pop up with the heart, whatever, by that time, and you'd be like, oh,
yeah, true.
You got your ear to the ground. It's a masterclass, man.
Yeah.
It just shows you that there's levels to this. And this is how crazy it is. Be honored to even be in his rhyme, even if you're getting dissed at this point.
Yes.
It shows some type of relevancy in some type of way, even if you're not relevant at that time. And that leads me into the first person that I'm going to speak about. Dame, please get it together, man. Sad at this point, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you saw his response.
I haven't. I saw that he did. I haven't looked at it yet. No.
It's so bad. It's so in such a defeat mode where you just got to grab at straws. Let me just throw anything out there. He's talking everything all the way down to his hair. Who allowed you to come out on stage like that? See, you need to do better than that. You need to do this. Oh, what is up with that look? Nobody's rocking this. This is what I'm talking about. And look at your outfit. Like, look at you. Bro, look at you. And this is why every single time in my mind I go, man, it's been so long. Like, Jay, just be the bigger man and just get past all this stuff. But no, man, it's just, these are people that you just don't have to have around you no more.
Yeah.
We did what we needed to do when we did it, and that was it. That will remain in history. I'm not going to diminish that. But where I'm at now and where you're at now, and I'm not even talking about on a money scale, just on how we act, on what lane we're in. There's no need for us to even interact. And that's kind of how this rhyme scheme was all set up. Like, get off me, Nat. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? What are we doing? You over here crying. You over here hooked on some drugs. You over here having a conversation with your dad, talking about why are you even talking about the ride? Like, why don't you talk about you getting out? Like that should be a discussion.
Yeah.
You know? Like that's the way he's playing the game with it. And then when he went to the Drake thing, he just played it out the right way. Like, you worried about number ones and break your records. You're looking at the wrong chart.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're looking at the wrong chart. There's some numbers where it's calculated where he's approaching 4 billion, bro. 4 billion. You think I care about how many number one singles and albums you got? I can give 2 fucks.
Yeah.
That's it. I can buy the chart that you are registered on.
And it's so interesting. I try not to get into these social media like conversations too much. I really don't. I may see them, I may read them and keep on going. I try not to read comments. But I actually, yesterday I actually looked at some ones that made sense, and then I put my comment in, and it was really, my comment was, and I'm loose. I forget what I even said. It was some long lines of like, the people will look past greatness, for the need of numbers. They will look past the greatness of somebody because of numbers. And it's the same conversation that, call it what it is, same conversation that they have between LeBron and Jordan at the end of the day.
Sports and everything, yeah.
In their own right, they are great in their own right as far as like their time. But overarching, it is well documented that Jordan is the GOAT, period, when it comes to basketball. And it's not about what he did. It's not about the championships. It's not about his physical attributes. It's not about that. It's everything. It's like your overall impact. Yeah, it's everything. Like, we remember the Like Mike commercials. We remember that. Tongue wagging out, stuff like that. And I made the comment on somebody else thing. I was like, to be very honest, because somebody else was, I think, Rich Paul said it. And he was saying that if it wasn't for Scotty, Jordan would have went 0 for 6.
Yeah.
And, Scotty was the most impactful. And I said, that's interesting. I said, here's the thing, though. That second run, I said, Scotty was hurt that most. I said, to be honest, Dennis Rodman was the most impactful during that run. And Jordan said it himself. I said, and if you want to go even further, and I know we went from one thing to another, and I was like, the most impactful during LeBron James' time, it was none other than Wardell, Stephen Curry. because we're talking about impact, how you changed the game. Going back to Jay-Z, how he changed the game when it came to how you rolled out your album. You're talking about the blueprint about you going in and getting fashion, alcohol. We remember the S. Carters from back in the day. We remember when this mofo went from the tees and all of a sudden we out here buying goddamn button-ups with goddamn denim jeans and shit and cufflinks. Then he got off of that. We was like, damn, Jay, I just got used to that. It was all those, that was the impact aspect. It's to this day, years ago, when I used to do my projects, I would go back and listen to the Black Album and I would listen how to set up my projects because I wanted it to be concise like that. Okay, he did this here. He wanted this emotion here. And other artists did the same thing. Like all of that in the end of the day, whether it was a Sean Combs, whether it was a Nipsey Hussle, whether it was Ludacris, whether it was 50 Cent, all these guys. And for folks to only look at, we're talking about, you hear the things about, I can't quote a Jay-Z song and stuff like that. Hey, man, look, you ain't got to lie to me. You ain't got to lie to me. We know there's certain things, and that's how I started off with public service announcement. You hear that, and that completely shuts down everything, and that's how we actually started the actual show on top of that.
Yeah.
It's when it comes to the responding to everybody, and the argument, the conversation now is it a beef or something like that? He's doing the same thing he's been doing forever.
Level.
He's not. He's always responded to people. Like Jay-Z hasn't been in the beef with anybody since Nas. The whole Ether and what's the name joint back in the day? That was it. That's the last time he really was in a beef with anybody that I recall. Then he's gonna tap somebody on the behind. Here and there to let you know that, this ain't your lane type thing. Let you know that why you're not worthy enough for that. And even with all the success that Drake has had, you're not worthy enough to even jump in that. You couldn't even handle Kendrick. And you're talking about a guy who has 10 times as many resources. Why would you even think to, why? It's what I like to see about it is I like the fact that we are going to get new Jay-Z music. We don't know how it's going to happen.
I believe it's coming.
Yeah, we're going to get that. The last thing we got from him was 444, and after that, I think we got the Carters. I think is what we got after that. And I think he's shown up a few places here, but I think now you're going to get something different. He even said on stage that he missed this shit. Like he missed the energy. You could tell when he was on stage, he misses that stuff. But as with any artist, you have to find that pocket to where, okay, this is where I feel comfortable at. I got some stuff to talk about. Yeah, he has a lot to talk about. Tony Busby and that whole situation and the trial stuff, he has a lot to talk about on a much more mature level that I think will resonate with a lot of people. That's
Kanye bringing the kids into it.
Yeah, like a lot of this stuff, man, we've gotten so, music now has gotten so sideways with the folks who are leading the charge. And what I mean, they're the ones who are leading the radio charge. I'm not talking about the Kendricks and stuff like that. I'm talking about the Drakes of the world, even the Kanyes, Nicki's past, all these guys who all you hear about them is you see them on the Apple, top charts. You see them, that thing, you see Billboard, all that stuff there. But when you really break it down, it's like the music ain't really standing for nothing. There's really no substance to it. You have to dig deep for the music that you really want to hear. And unfortunately, with all the bots we have in the world and Instagram and social media, they believe that this is what it is. And they forget that this is what true music and artistry sounds like all the way around. So it's going to be fun to see how this comes out. The Dame part is just hilarious. I'm not even sure where that goes because he brought state property on.
Because he even tried to go on the fact of we already know that you lost because you need this. Like you needed to come back. Look, 20 years later and you still trying to come back he don't need none of it. Like you need it. You need to bring his game. Like what was the thing he just put out? But he had Jay-Z's song behind it. Like when he was Like, you need him to be relevant. Because besides that, ain't nobody talking about you.
Yes, like
there's nobody talking about you unless a J comment is coming out.
Yeah, and to your point, Jay-Z doesn't need it to be relevant. Like he's always going to be relevant. Because there's always somebody who's going to be chasing what he did. Yeah. It's always going to be that. Hell, he never has to do anything, and he's relevant because he runs the music aspect of the Super Bowl every year. So anytime there's a new star on halftime, we know who's behind that. Rock Nation.
He's always going to be relevant because he's approaching $4 billion. Bro.
Always.
Like, it is what it is.
Yes,
like,
yes.
He's there.
Yes. You see the memes themselves. You know, will you take the 500,000 or lunch with Jay-Z? He's always going to be relevant. They had a whole library that they turned into Jay-Z's words in New York. He's always relevant. That's impact. So anybody who tries to look past that, there's no other artist on this planet alive that can touch that, his impact. And who's not alive just had a whole biopic.
And like he said, put into music telling you, even if you don't respect me, look how many other B's I made.
Right.
All the people you talking about, look at B. Look at Kanye. Look at Rihanna.
Yeah.
Dude, when Rihanna first came out, go listen to her first album and her first couple songs, how strong that accent was.
Absolutely.
And then the switch of when she got around Jay.
Yep.
And how everything switched up. And I'm not just talking music. I'm talking about business-wise and everything. How everything fell into place.
Yeah.
He was the same way. Had the gold mine with Destiny's Child, but when she got with Jay, then you saw the whole thing expand into her own empire. That was it.
Yeah.
Kanye had the producing side and definitely had his great albums and had his connections through there. But when you want to venture out, you can say all these things are just Kanye. I guarantee you he was in the ear with Jay. Because he was already there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So all these people that want to sit back and hate, like, oh, he doing it. Oh, he's not this. He's making billionaires, bro. Forget about artists. He's making billionaire empire after empire after empire. So you don't have to like my music. I'm past that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they were saying to Dame within the comments, this is my last thing I'll say on him. They were saying within the comments, they're like, Jay already said it to you. If you feel like that, go ahead and make another Hove. But you can't. I give you your props for what you did. Dame was a certain beast in his realm of what he needed to do at that specific time. I do feel like things would have went different if Dame wasn't around Jay.
Yeah.
So I hear them and what their comments is going back to what you said as far as Scotty around Michael, but I could pull that from everybody.
Yeah.
What cast did Magic have around him? What cast did LeBron have around him? Like, what cast did... You can go through all these people. One of the only people I know, and he still didn't win the championship, that had nobody was Allen Iverson. You know what I mean? Like, you have somebody big around you. So I don't know where those comments are even coming from. But that's also how you know that you're great. Yeah. Because that's all they can create.
Yeah.
That's all they can sit back and create. Let me figure out this fable that I'm going to put together. This myth, this story, so I can down them.
It's a case of him, him not being, folks they're not comfortable where they at in life. Like they got to that mountaintop and then there was nothing after that. And they dropped down. They didn't evolve after that. What I love to see about it is what I love to see about Jay-Z is we know how it started. And you hear the stories about him being he literally worked his way into different regions of the world, United States specifically. And you see videos all the time of that impact. I saw a video the other day with some Southern artists, man, that was like literally quoting Kevin Gates. Kevin Gates was spitting a whole Jay-Z line. And we're talking about how him, because remember the South, that, the South don't listen to Jay-Z. You're a lie. You're a lie. They absolutely do. And at the same time, Jay-Z will let you know that he took his motivation and his mentorship in some cases what from the likes of Scarface and those guys there. They had some of his best joints come from the South. Hell, some of his best songs come from VA. Yeah. He talks about that, whether he's working for Timberland, he's working with Pharrell. Those guys, I mean, he took that New York aspect of him and introduced that to other parts, other regions, and they embraced them. And then at the same time, they continue to grow. Man. And it was so many different collaborations, styles that he can work, man. It has been great to see and to grow up, just like when we saw Jordan, to see that come up. Yes, man, it's the same thing. And we might just be in that space now where this other part of the world, they didn't get the experience that. They didn't get the experience of Jordan, so they only can go from there. I get it. That's but fine. I also say that when you have that conversation, make sure you come with what do you have in your ear, because if you try to present your favorite artist now, which in this case a lot of conversations with Drake in there, I want you to put this music side by side and honestly say to yourself, what are you really listening to? I listened to Drake's entire Iceman album. There's a couple of joints that I do like. I like Drake when he raps. I like that when he raps. But that album to me was very underwhelming. Very underwhelming. It shows a lack of growth and maturity at the end of the day to me. Like it's more the same.
Well, before we get off it, then let me comment just real quickly so it doesn't even come off as like hatred in a way as far as Drake.
I ain't hating. I'm just saying,
No. But this is the reason why I want to have this quick conversation.
Yeah.
I actually like Drake's Iceman album. Yeah. I truly like at least half of it, which I got to clap it up for an album nowadays because people don't make solid albums. Now, it's not there with clips. It ain't there with that. It ain't there with the last Wale album to me, any of those type things. But for Drake, because you're talking to a person that normally will not even sit down and listen to a whole Drake album. I know tracks, but I won't sit back and listen to a whole album. So to catch my attention, I was like, oh, especially the last half of that album. Now I say that because this is how you can tell it's on different levels. A lot of his own fans will hold him down, but if you ask them truthfully, they don't really like the album. And the reason why is because it doesn't have the bops. It doesn't have the big club bangers and things like that.
Right.
That's what I actually like about that. He's spitting. You get what I mean? And I'm like, so that's where you know we have different ears.
Yeah.
They're listening for something else. They're waiting for that beat drop. They're waiting for them to get up and use their dancing feet, happy feet jump. Like, that's what they're looking for. Now, even when people sit back and they shit on the other two albums, which they are shitty, they're horrible albums. But in the long run, if it comes out the way that they're saying it does, and this is what got him out of that contract, finished the contract, and now he goes on and signs a multi-billion-dollar contract that's already in place, then it was a great chess move. Right. It was a great, great move and business move on that sense. So I got to give him props for that. But, if not, out of 3 albums, see, 1/3 of it, a little less than 1/3, I'll say 20% is good.
Yeah.
So that's where I kind of sit. I don't want people to think that it's just like, oh, Drake come out with something, I'm just going to sit out here and hate on it. No, I listen to what I like.
Yeah.
Listen for what I like, and I give respect to that. As far as the businessman and the move that he's made throughout the years and the effect on the industry he's had, yeah, but as him and Kendrick in 2 different lanes to me, as far as music-wise, yeah, because lyrically, he doesn't touch. He doesn't even step in the room of Kendrick to me. Yeah. But that's a me thing. You get what I mean? That's a me thing. When people, and I go back to your conversation, when people put LeBron in that same room with Michael, he's not even in the room with me. But that's a me thing. But I understand why you may sit back and really love LeBron because that's you. That's your generation or whatever it is. My thing is just don't challenge it. Stay in your lane. Stay over there. Do what you want to do with it. That's fine. But when you go to challenge it, then I got to come out with facts.
Facts.
Said differently.
Right. Right.
Your feelings are over here, but when we got to put out facts, facts are different.
Yeah, and that's all I had on. I have nothing else. I just, you know, from a fan of an early fan of Drake over the years, you know, I saw a change in the musical style of it, and the biggest part for me when I put my engineer and production ears on, what I hear from a lot of the music is lazy. And I'm talking about from a production value and the overall sound. That's the first thing I'm looking for. Like when I go listen to stuff, and you and I have listened to thousands of hours of music, and I always get hyped up because I want to hear the sound. That's what I'm looking for. And that is what determines if it's going to be a good, enjoyable listen for me. A part of the reason that I believe, and then we're going to move on to something else. Part of the reason I believe that GNX won the Grammy for Album of the Year over the Clips album was because I think the overall sound of GNX sounded better than the Clips joint. Like the beats is crazy, but when you really go step back and look at it, and mind you, I have the benefit of listening to it through a studio with thousands of dollars worth of equipment. But at the same time, when I'm listening to the car, I can hear the difference between like the sonically, and you know that may be something where look at it when you're trying to like grade on maybe you're talking about you grading things on the edge, who give the edge, and that's why I get it. So when I'm listening to Iceman, some of the joints I'm like, all right, cool, he did that, they really produced it. Some of them listen, I'm like, did you record this shit in your Did you record it in your closet and you just put it out? And that's what I get from it. And that's been his music for a lot of the years. And it just wasn't listenable to me. Again, when he's in his bag, he's in his bag. But I don't even know what that means anymore. All in all, you're barking up the wrong tree.
I'll tell you this, because actually my son had to point this out to me. Let me see if I can find it. Just give me 1 second. Oh, I thought it was up here. Maybe not.
At some point early join us. I guess, I know he.
I want to say it's all the songs that start with May. Something like they're all bangers.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a theme he was going off of or something like that. I was trying to get the track list up here, but I don't even know. But yeah, I went back and I listened to and what? Okay, I think it's right here. Oh no, this is an old one. Hold on. One more second.
We're good. No worries. No worries at all.
Then everybody can let me know if they agree with it. Yeah, just go off of that because I can't even find it now. I thought I had it up.
We'll get it going. Very good, going. But I mean, it was great to see Jay-Z. All in all, it was great to see Jay-Z back on the stage. I think we're all in agreement that there is a Jay-Z album coming. Now it's just a speculation of who's going to be involved with it. I need for this to be a nicely curated production, whoever it might be. We can. That's what I look for. Yep, I can hear you. What you got?
It's all the ones that say make them.
Okay, yes, yep. So you got make them cry, make them pay, make them remember.
Make them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Those are bangers.
Yeah.
All of those right there. I don't know if he's going off that theme. He has 4 of them on there.
Yeah. And that's when he's rapping. That's when he's literally calling out folks and stuff like that, which is he's really, that's the subject matter of it. And then some of the other ones he get is like, okay, he got the one joint, I think that Bees on the Table joint that he does. I don't think that's the official line that he has with 21 Savage. It's catchy.
Yeah.
But when you listen to it, that's the whole multi-billion-dollar deal that may be on the table for him.
The thought of it is cool. The actual,
the execution. I'm like,
yeah, I agree with you on that.
And that's the part. I applaud him for that because it's the business part of it. Because he knows he moves the needle musically, which is fine. Does. Because that and it's not even musically. It's he gets people in. He draws people in.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that the music's good though. To be perfectly honest, it doesn't mean that it's good. Yes, I know you bring in all the tension in here, and at the end of the day, what they say, all money isn't good money. Yes, because you bring in all the numbers in, which is fine. But when you really break it down, I'm like, this shit's not good. But we're in a day and age where you can go viral off the most ignorant shit and then just kind of ride it out until then. That's the age we're in, from a TikTok memes and everything else in between. Everything is in the algorithm. We know that if you can find something, they will turn that into something to make it into this big thing. And he just managed to do that over the years. It's fine. He has that staying power. But when you try to jump into that big boy pool, that deep end, and you really try to stand up against somebody who's actually much more mature, it's a whole different conversation because your music is someone that, Drake is several years younger than me, but he's almost 40. And the overall music part of it hasn't matured. Outside of the Make Them part, the Make Them series of songs, everything else, you still try. And it's funny because Jay-Z even said, he said, when you're trying to make music for the younger audience, it doesn't sound authentic. Let us know about, taking your son to school or, what you went through with this, with your spouse, stuff like that. But do it in a fly way that you're rapping about it. That's what we want to hear at this point. But that may not be the case. Like he might he's in a weird situation. But let's keep on getting on. This is episode 176. A lot of New York talk today. Before we get to that part, because I'm trying to hold out for Earl, so we're gonna move on to the other subject. Something that's dear to your heart. The World Cup is here. Damn near here. We had about 7 days. 7 days into the World Cup. And of course, it's World Cup, North America, and all our host cities from, it's going to be from New York, New Jersey, MetLife, Atlanta, Boston, Dallas, Houston, Kansas City, Los Angeles, Miami, New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia, Seattle, San Francisco, Toronto, Vancouver, Guadalajara, Mexico City, Monterey. We got a week out. And I was looking at tickets at MetLife, just looking to see what the cost was. Not that I'm going. Looking at the cost for like that first match up there, starting at $1,400. Starting at $1,400 at MetLife on June 13th for that match. And listen, I've been to New York a few times. You're from that area. Shout out to all of their public transportation folks and the city workers, because this is about to be bananas. New York has never seen nothing like this. I know they hosted the Super Bowl that one year. They host New Year's Eve. New York has never hosted anything like this in my memory.
The World Cup was there.
You said the World Cup was there? What year was that?
That was. Oh, look who joins us!
There he is
for the end of the episode.
Show about him, and he just shows up. Good job, buddy.
World Cup in 94.
Oh, God, there was less people in the world in 94.
Oh no! I'm telling you, it's not. Hold on, let me just make sure. Yeah, because that was the one I went to. I think I always told y'all that story. I went to because I got Pele's autograph.
Ah, got you.
And it was
again,
Meadowlands,
gas was 89 cents. Bread was like a nickel.
But I said they should have learned from then, because this is the problem that up there with Earl is going to run into. You have the biggest event in the world going on all across the nation.
Yeah.
And most of these people international that are coming in specifically to the Northeast think that this is in New York. So guess where they're staying? In New York.
Yeah.
And they're going to figure out
Yeah,
that
buddy.
transportation to get from the city
Yeah.
over there to MetLife, and how much more they're also charging for it. They
Yes.
up the pricing
Yes.
during that time period in about a week.
Yeah.
It's going to be ridiculous.
Bro,
I mean,
Uber is about to be cashing out on Uber,
No,
buddy.
it ain't no Uber. I don't know how much it is for them to come over from New York.
I think they said they upped the price last time I checked, unless they were able to stop it, for whatever the regular trip will be to go from somewhere in the city over there to MetLife specifically. I think it was like ×4.
Yeah, because I know. So what they doing is there's no Uber, no taxi, or nothing that can go there. They have contracted transportation that you have to meet at like a pickup spot.
Mm-hmm.
So you go to the pickup spot, and then it drops you off. Excuse me, at the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
But that's going. I think one way is 100 and coming back is 100.
Exactly, and there's no tailgate.
But that's only.
So you're going to put an event and you're out. There's no tailgating allowed.
Yeah, but that's only, from my understanding, that's only in spots in New Jersey that I understand. Yeah. I don't know what that look like if you coming from New York.
But that's what I'm saying. A lot of people ain't gonna, like, people are gonna be staying in Jersey. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah.
But you coming in from all these different areas, you're like, I'm going to New York. I've never been there. You're staying a couple of days.
Yeah, and that
you think it's gonna be hop, skip, and a jump.
Next to Los Angeles, New York is the biggest spot as far as like the matches being held. MetLife holds
that's the final.
82,000. Yeah, and that's the final too. That's 82,000 people that MetLife holds for football and soccer. And if the final is okay.
And the cheapest ticket right now being, you said,
right now the cheapest ticket is $1,400 for the first game on June 13th. So all right, I'm going to put this in a I'm gonna explain this in a way from a person who's been to a soccer game overseas. So MetLife hosts 82,000 people. It says now they may do something to try to work, but I don't think they can really do anything to add any seasons to 82,000. So I've been to soccer games in the Middle East in stadiums that hold six figures. The likes of the Big House and stuff like that. You talking about, six figures. Like, yeah. Depending on what the matchup is in the final. If it's, give me the matchup, Dave, because you know better than me what, Brazil and who?
Man, like a Spain or something like that.
Yeah, Argentina, Spain. First of all, New York has a lot of Spanish people in general. Like, whatever. 82,000 seats is not going to be enough for the amount of people that will show up for that final match in New York, which is not even in New York, it's in New Jersey, which is going to be crazy. Now, here's the part that really gets interesting, because this really isn't even about the World Cup. It's a big thing. This isn't about World Cup, and we're going to jump in this with Earl in a few moments.
Mm-hmm.
Because we know today is game one of the NBA Finals between the New York Knicks, the New York Knickerbockers to be exact, and the San Antonio Spurs starting in San Antonio. If I'm correct, if it's a game six, that will be on June 13th. June 13th will be the same day as the first match at MetLife.
Yeah, that's all right. Somebody can go, and it's a France game. Think about that. It's a France game, one beyond.
And let's just say, yes, that too. And let's just say, for lack of better terms, that be the night that, let's say, New York Knicks win the championship that night. What are you gonna do, bro? First of all, you ain't gonna be able to clear the streets. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And I don't even live in New York. And from everything I've been seeing, bruh, the World Cup be damn. This is going to be insane. And if that's the first match with France.
But that's what I'm saying to you.
Bruh.
If you're saying what I think you're saying, I believe that game is going to be a game for France.
Yes.
And so you're going to have, say it's game six. You're going to have game six of the Knicks against the Spurs at MSG, and in the same day, you're going to have the World Cup going on and France playing. That transportation is going to be crazy.
Ain't no chance. You gotta walk your ass.
Bro.
Hey,
They're
Lincoln
spending
Tunnel.
whatever.
You gotta walk your ass through the Lincoln Tunnel, brother.
They're paying whatever, bro.
Bruh. Listen, it's $1,400 now.
They're
It's $1,400 now. Yeah.
It's a once in a lifetime.
It should be over though by then.
Well, game six. That's game. If it's a game
It's on the 13th.
That should be like the if I just if it's every other day, like
It's every other day.
So yeah, June 13th would be game 6.
Let me see. Wednesday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday. Oh yeah. 1, 2.
Yeah. June 13th would be game 6.
3, 4. Yeah, you're right.
That would be game 6, bro.
You're right.
Man, listen. And if that happened to be the game that the Knicks need to close it out, first of all, hey, but you know what? Shout out to New York. Always gets it done. We said the same thing about when they had that Super Bowl up there, and they didn't know how they was gonna get there, and that snowstorms coming through, and they was able to get that Super Bowl done and get those folks out of New York before that storm hit.
No, I'm wrong.
What?
Let me just make sure that this is right.
It's still a match though. Either way,
there's a match, but the France game is the 16th.
Okay,
but it still start on the 13th though.
Yeah. Brazil and Morocco play at MetLife on the 13th.
Yeah, so it's still going to be.
I mean, it's still going to be
crazy.
Yeah.
No, I was just thinking about the people that are hopping back and forth.
Oh man, it's
because
going to be
Wemby, a Frenchman.
Oh, France.
Yeah, and they're playing at MetLife. Like you're putting a down payment on the house in one day.
All that being said, that field still ain't shit at MetLife. I don't know if y'all saw my Javen, my son. He's hit me up. He was like, players was like they were trying to bounce the ball off the turf. That turf still ain't shit down at MetLife. I don't know what they're using. I know I saw the one at down in Dallas that they doing there. That's gonna look crazy, but I don't know what they're doing at MetLife. But the turf still don't look like it's up to snuff. The grass ain't like it's up to snuff at MetLife. I don't know.
No, that actually be good because So I'm just looking at on Saturday is game 5, which is the 13th, and that's not here. Yes,
no, Saturday is not. Saturday is.
I'm looking on the NBA schedule right now.
You're right.
Saturday is game 5.
You're right,
and it's in.
You're right.
It's not here. It's
When's
in
game 6?
Game 6 is on.
What? That will be here. Is it the 16th?
Hold on, I'm looking right now.
3, 4, 5.
I think it's the 16th.
Oh, you're right. Damn, I got that off. Then you're right.
Game 6 is the Tuesday. It's the 16th. Yeah,
you're right.
Ooh, that's the day.
Oh.
Yeah. And that's at MSG.
And that's at MSG. Oh yes, that's at MSG.
That the 16th.
Yeah.
That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and talk about it, man. Like let's stop pussyfooting around it. How you feeling, brother? We did this pod specifically for you, only for you to hit us with I'm doing homework. Even though we playing this according, don't give me excuses. I don't give me excuses. How you feeling? How you feeling, sir? How you feeling? We started off talking about Jay. Did you went to the Roots picnic, right?
No.
You didn't make it.
Let's not go there.
I apologize.
Yeah, we're not that's a long conversation.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
Just say I had tickets, but I didn't go. But
fair. Hey, first of all, what happened to your girl though? It's not in a bad way. What happened to your girl? Like that was zipping, treating her right, ain't it? Jasmine Sullivan. She lost a whole other person.
It looked sickly, but. Yeah, I'm happy for it.
All right, okay. How you feeling, man? How you feeling? Your Spurs and the Knicks, they are back in the NBA Finals for the first time since 1999. That was the lockout shortened season. The year that, for the first time, an 8th seed, that was the Knicks, were actually in the NBA Finals against the number 1 seed, San Antonio Spurs, and San Antonio ended up winning that 4-1. No, it's 4-1. It's 4-1. You're back in there. And this, to me, I was hoping for this matchup because New York gives you – LA is LA. Okay, LA is whatever. But New York, Madison Square Garden, that stage right there for these type of events, there's nothing in the world like it. And being able to see Victor Wembanyama on that stage – and see how that works out and everything goes. Because that's, you go back to your Steph Currys of the world, you go back to Jordan. You want to see what happens, man. Somebody's going to do something insane.
Mm-hmm.
How you feeling, man, coming into this? Like, I know you guys have been off on a pretty big layoff after sweeping, pretty much running through the bum ass East. How you feeling, man, going into this matchup?
I feel confident.
Okay.
I love the doubters. Because there's a lot of that.
Okay.
And we need that. So let me start with just the environment. And I remember me, Dave, and Eric had an argument about this. Well, it's kind of me and Dave versus Eric. What I was trying to get at was, I didn't say it was, but it is relevant.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say that they were the best team. I said that this was the toughest and the most important arena to play in. I said, because it don't matter if it's a regular season game or if it's a playoff game or if it's in a championship. On a regular season game, Madison Square Garden is jumping. You know what I'm saying? Let it be a close game on a Tuesday night in October is jumping. On a Thursday night in February is gonna be jumping if the game is close. You know what I'm saying? If you show some kind of fight, they with you. Playoffs is a whole different beast. It's like Super Saiyan. It's Goku. He just turned one level. Now we in the finals. This is God level Super Saiyan. The energy in there is going to be unmatched. And people, if you haven't been in there and felt that, because it's not a big arena.
I've not been in there. I walked past it, and it looks small.
Yeah, if you think it's small outside,
yeah.
If you think it's small outside, it's even a little bit smaller inside. Like, it's not really a big arena. You know what I'm saying? So just imagine everybody in there packed. You could feel the place, like, literally jumping. And I went in there on a playoff game with my boy. So I felt that. You know what I'm saying? And it was unreal. Like, you can't even describe it. It's just unreal. So the environment for any team, the Knicks know how to play in that environment because they've done it all year. They conditioned to it. And we have the players that likes that environment and thrive in that environment. You understand? Because that makes a difference. Some people don't know how to play in that environment. That's like, and if you're from this area and you play or you watch games at the Rucker or West 4th, you know what I'm saying, or Dykeman or whatever, like, it's the same type of energy. It's people, it's either you're going to come and show off, you know what I'm saying, show out when the crowd is doing the oohs and ahs, or you crumble. And a lot of people, a lot of New Yorkers or a lot of people that gravitate towards that mentality, they thrive in that. These players know how to play in that atmosphere. What I'm going to be paying attention to, because it's not really what I know the Knicks, I'm going to be paying attention to what the Spurs do in that environment. Because that ain't for everybody. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? And it's not just Wemby, because I think Wemby is going to be all right. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm butchering his name.
Wembyana. Just call him Wemby. It's fine. Wemby's fine.
Yeah, Wemby. What I'm looking at is what the supporting cast do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to see how they're going to show up. You know, and I'm glad that they starting in San Antonio, because if they had to start in New York, that's a lot. You know what I'm saying? And they a lot of young players on that team.
Yeah.
So they got to settle in. You know what I'm saying? So I'm be interested in seeing what they do. What the Knicks got to do is the Knicks got to win on the road. They got to win on the road. Yes. And I think it's pivotal. It's pivotal that they got to take. If they take game one, they knock a lot of the air out of the Spurs. They don't knock them out, but they knock a lot of air out of the Spurs, because now what's going to happen is a lot of these people that was like, oh, nah, man, Spurs about to jump. No, now people got to put some respect on the Knicks name. I also want people to understand, too, and I don't care if it's regular season, I wanted the Spurs. I didn't want OKC. and I said this before to a couple people. I wanted them because we know how to beat them. You know what I'm saying? We know how to beat them. They haven't beaten us at home yet. Not this year. And the last game we played them, we blew them out, and they was fully staffed at home. The only game that we lost to them was away, which was against the Spurs, and we only lost by 2 points. So we know how to beat them. We know how to we have the players for Wemby. Wemby got to go 60 and 30. I ain't worried about him. I'm talking about what is the supporting cast going to do. And they also got to realize, too, that this is not an OKC team because OKC, without other than SGA, right?
Yeah.
Who was their other consistent scorer? And that was their problem. One night they might have had Caruso. The other night they might have had
their second scorer was out.
McCain. Well, I'm not even counting him because he wasn't available. But I'm talking about the people that was available. One night he might have had McCain kind of helping. He came off the bench. Or the other kid, the other light-skinned kid that got hurt the last 2 games. The Knicks got 5 players on the starting lineup that can go, that can all score. And then they got like 2 to 3 more off the bench that can go. So at the end of the day, it's like dumb good dudes on the Spurs, like, and they got players. Like Spurs got Vassell, they got Castle, they got Harper, they got Fox. You know what I'm saying? They got Champagne. Like they got people that can go, but it's like after that, who else you got? So it's like them guys got to be on. They got to play defense because the other thing was OKC wasn't really playing defense like that. The Knicks play defense. They play defense. I don't need Mitch Richard. Mitch don't got to score. But Mitch going to present problems in the paint for Wanyambi. Just take him out. And then Cat is a big man who going to get physical with you. He going to foul. He going to get in foul trouble. That's what he always do. But he could also score. So that's going to put pressure on Wemby. You know what I'm saying? It's going to put a lot of pressure on Wemby. And I foresee Wemby getting in foul trouble. Just like Cat. So my prediction is I got the Knicks in 6. They just need to declare it as a national holiday if that do happen. But I will say this because I forgot all about the World Cup. I feel bad for the people that live in the area. It's so bad that already companies that work downtown North or anywhere in the vicinity, they've already told them. Some people have said like we're gonna be remote during that time.
Yeah.
Some people have just stayed like, yo, they're gonna give them a discount and all that. It's gonna present a lot of time. And the ill thing is, a lot of them companies in that area, the way they got it set up, they're not gonna make no money because there isn't any traffic that's gonna be able to flow there. Like,
yeah,
they're not allowing it. It's to the stadium and back. So I don't know what they're gonna do.
Yeah,
well, that's my prediction.
I have the Spurs winning this series, because all of that stuff that happened in the regular season was great. I knew that the Knicks had beat them during the regular season, but the Spurs showed something in the playoffs, specifically against OKC, which is a team that, in all rights, should have beat them, and they made adjustments. And they turned up their defense when they needed to, and those young boys actually went out there and did their thing when it came down to it. And I think it will be a long series, whether it's 6 games, whether it's 7 games. The interesting part is we know that Jalen Brunson is going to be Jalen Brunson. He's going to do what he's going to do. Mm-hmm. He's going to go there. My biggest question for them is going to be Cat. Now, Cat has been a lot better. Yeah, we did have some mics at this point. Is Cat going to continue to be the Cat that we are seeing in the playoffs? or is he going to shrink? And all of a sudden, you see Cat started to like stay out onto the wing and around the perimeter, and then he's not being a force, and he started getting those little ticky tack, bullshit ass, annoying fouls that he gets, and be like, bro, you're not really being an impact. He's not gonna be a Chet by any means, not by any means. But that's the one wild card for me. I think Josh Hart and all those guys. I think everybody else is going to do their thing. I think Cat is the only question that I have, because what I do know is Wemby's gonna go. Now they can use that against him because he has all that emotion, and they could get him in early foul trouble. To your point, the same thing with Castle. If they play him like OKC did, they kind of took him out a couple of games because they were fouling him in a way to where it literally he mentally checked out the game because his emotions got the best of him. The thing is, San Antonio has a very deep bench. They have a very deep bench. They have a really, really good coach, which funny, and I'm hearing it over today. I never heard, I forget his name. I think it's Mitch Johnson. I never heard him talk. He just light-skinned. So I just thought he was going to have a light-skinned ass voice. And then I heard him talk, and that shit was like, yo, he sounds just like Pop. Like, but what he sounds like and how he looks is completely two different things. So they have like this system that in San Antonio, man, that it's undeniable. It's going to be good either way. It's going to be great for New York if they win. I just want to see a good series. I have no dog in this fight. I just want to see I don't want to see no blowouts. I got tired of seeing that during the playoffs a couple of times. I just want to see like some epic performances. Somebody, Jalen Brunson may drop 40 on the night. Wemby may drop 40 or 50, and somebody's going to do something crazy that we're going to be talking about and we want to pod about.
Can I ask you a question before you go to Dave? Sorry, Dave, if it's okay. You said that the Spurs showed you something, right?
Yeah.
And that you do realize, right? The Spurs versus OKC, the Spurs own OKC. OKC always struggled with the Spurs. It's just a matchup. It's a matchup. They played 5 times. You know how many times the Spurs won? 4. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't nothing different. Like all they did was they did what they was doing in the regular season. It was a matchup. It's a matchup issue with OKC. Now OKC, their bench is deeper. Their bench is way deeper than the Spurs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The problem is it just this time around in the playoffs, the bench, they was injured. They had some key players. And then also, too, not even just that, you had people that you was expecting to go that did not go. Yo, Chet was playing scared, bro.
I mean, but
he took his heart. He took his heart.
We think we know what that is. At this point now, we know that he is extremely afraid of Wembanyama. Like that fear is there.
There's levels, but it was you had starters like forget Jalen Williams, but you know what I'm saying? Like you had other people that can go, but they just didn't. Like Chet wasn't showing up. You had Hartenstein came through once in a while. You saw a big showing from Caruso. You know what I'm saying? You saw a big showing from Jalen Mitchell, and I also felt like, the coaching should have been better because, like, you need to go with who's hot. Jalen should have McCain should have been starting. You know what I'm saying? Like, you waited till he get hot, and then you're going to let him start. Like, no, he should have been starting because SGA needed another score. That last game, SGA had, like, over 30.
Yeah.
Like, but it was just him. So when he sat down, it's like, what are they doing? The rest of them wasn't doing nothing. So
the legs was gone. I think when I say they showed me something is they showed me the ability because you saw their game plan was to, early on they were trying to shut down the SGA early in the series, which they did for the most part. And then after that, they backed off of them and said, you know what, he's going to get his numbers and everybody else. They saw who the weak guys were. And then of course, there was injuries, but they showed the ability to overcome the turnovers because they're still a young team. That game with Castle had 12 turnovers in one game, which is crazy. The turnovers
he averages 8 to 10 a game.
But then when they got De'Aaron Fox back, those turnovers went down because he wasn't the Castle wasn't the primary ball handler, it's just the way that the coaching aspect and the adjustments is what showed me, whereas OKC didn't as much. So, but again, Mike Brown. This is Mike Brown. He's a hell of a underrated hell of a coach. So this series will come down to coaching, and that's why I'm at with that. I'll give it to Dave because I know Dave is chomping at the bit to throwing his what do you got?
I was letting y'all rap because I was betting, but all right. So since y'all say what you need to say, I think a lot of people are looking at this actual series wrong. So let me start off this way.
Okay.
Number one, this is the matchup that I wanted to see.
Mm-hmm.
Between the people that were left, this was definitely the matchup that I wanted to see.
Mm-hmm.
Because to be honest with you, just taking my whole tri-state, residing there out of it, I wouldn't mind seeing either side win. Now, will I want and push for New York to win more? Yeah. But would I be mad if Wemby won? No. It's a very respectable organization as far as the Spurs. I always respect them as far as Pop and them, what he built there, that is generational. Pop is a person that, and even though he's not the coach right now, he is. Wemby told you that.
Yeah.
Go listen to after the game, some of the things that got them past, and no pun intended there, Sean, over the hump.
Yep, there you go.
As far as getting this whole thing done, because they were falling, bro. And guess who stepped in there and was like, "What are y'all doing? Why do y'all look like this?" It was Pop.
Yeah.
It was Pop. So, and look how many people are an extension of Pop that are doing good coaching-wise within this league.
Yeah.
So he's that guy. That's number one. Recognize greatness. But on the other side, recognize greatness there. A person that a lot of people look down on, Mike Brown.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
I mean, we can talk about all these different players, but I remember all the talk.
Talk about it.
Like, oh, this is who you went and brought in. Oh, so-and-so got us here. No, there's levels.
Yep.
There's levels. And the last person that was there when they got you here. Because some of the moves that were made specifically in the playoffs wouldn't have been made by that individual.
Yeah.
You know, when we talking about Shemet, you get what I'm saying? Then you switch him in and all of a sudden he wins a game for you. Forget about just hitting shots. He wins a game for you. That's what you need in the playoffs. You need everything to come together. So I want to break it down in this way because a lot of people are sitting back talking about, the big names, the Wembys, the Brunsons, the Towns, even the OGs, and on the other side, the Foxes. And you can throw Bridges in there. I think there's more big name players on the Knicks side than there is on the Spurs side.
Yeah.
But these are the people I want to talk about. I don't care how his pinky is. Robinson going to play.
Sure is.
Put that body on him.
Take that shit up.
Get your hands on the ball, bro.
Sure is.
All that pause is out the window because we talking about basketball. Get your hands on the ball, bro. That's all I need you to do. Do what you do.
Get it on the ball.
McBride. Hit a couple of those shots. Shemet. Just take over the game when you need to. Coming in for a couple minutes. On the other side, Harper. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen him take over quarters in some of these series.
Hey, shout out to him there. Shout out to Ron Harper, man, for having a beast of a son for a player, brother. We seen some of the GOATs out here who their sons, I'm sorry, love Michael Jordan, but his kids didn't work out as well. And LeBron, the jury's still out on your son too. But Ron Harper, hey, Harper, yo, Cole, keep going.
But when we're talking about like Champagne and Vassell and Hart, people like that, these are the people that are going to be the difference makers. Those other people are supposed to show up. You're supposed to do what you do. And if you don't do what you do, you need to cancel out who else is supposed to be doing that across from you and things like that. Those other ones, and when they're put in the game, and when certain people come out, because, certain people are going to come out when Wemby comes out. You get what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
To get that rest at the same time so you're fresh. All that stuff is going to run. It's going to be those ones that come in for like those 3-4 minutes and hit like 2 or 3 threes. It's going to be that one that comes in
momentum.
And the momentum is down. There is none. And all of a sudden you see Hart grab a rebound over somebody that's bigger than him like he always does and throws it down the court. And let's say like a McBride catches it and hits a corner three. Those are the type of things that are the difference makers in these games. All those other people are supposed to show up. So I don't even want to talk about them much. I'm excited to see like a Wemby play on that stage. I'm excited to see, Karl Anthony Towns show up because you can't say nothing no more. You're there, bro. You're there, bro.
Yeah.
There's no more talking.
Yep.
There's no more talking. For all the people that doubted Brunson and things like that, and I'm hearing all the talk going to the finals, why are we having that conversation? Why are we having a conversation on an everyday basis on these sports channels with all these analysts talking about can a little point guard win? He's there. Like, what are we talking about?
Did we not watch Allen Iverson take the Philadelphia 76ers to the finals?
But I'm not even talking in that sense. Like, why are we talking as if we didn't just see this man do this basically 2 years in a row, if we're being honest?
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
So let's you're comparing crumbs right now. Like, all that stuff is out the window to me.
Right.
This is coaching. This is working on the fly with that coaching, because you're going to come in with a game plan and you're going to need to switch up. It's not going to work right off the bat.
Real quick, Dave.
Go ahead.
And I love him. I love him as a coach. But what does this do to Tibbs?
No, what is the thing? I love him as a coach, but he is what he is.
Right.
When people expect him to be something different, that's where they fall flat.
Right. No, I got you
know
there.
What I mean?
It's the same thing with like.
No, that's the reason I'm telling you. I'm glad you asked that. Earl and I had this conversation offline. Yeah. Remember, Tibbs was with the Bulls, and I loved him with the Bulls.
Right.
And I'm a Bulls fan for the people that don't know. So I loved him with the Bulls.
They know.
But then he switched on out. And they pushed him out just like they pushed him out of everywhere else. Yeah. And why? Because he was running the Stars, quote unquote, dry. Like they were done. Yeah. Minnesota, New York, no matter where he's stopping, same exact thing. And he runs them dry. Yep. And that's why I said the most impressive thing is it's not even about where Mike Brown has gotten them. It's about the fact of how he got them there. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? Like that, it's certain moves that were made at certain times. People are seeing the blowouts. Oh, they swept them. It's an easy ease. Well, if it's easy ease, why is your team not there? You know what I mean? Like, what are we talking about?
I have no argument.
Why is your team not there? If it's so easy.
My team is ass. I'm sorry.
You know what I mean? Like, I know my team ain't there. I know why they're not there. But don't put that out there in that sense. So this is the playoffs. This is the finals, bro. Give them the respect that they deserve. I know New York City is going crazy. And I'm going to say this, and I'm not even a fan of the Knicks. I'm going to say this. There is nothing that will light up New York City like the Knicks win the championship. And I'm a Giants fan. And we won championships in the last couple decades and things like that. And we were happy. Don't get me wrong. The town is rocking. There will be nothing sports-wise that will light up that city like the Knicks bringing home a championship. Yep.
It's the one, I agree wholeheartedly. It's New York, Jersey area has a bunch of different teams. Yeah. So, everybody got there.
And I don't have the Yankees in there because you expect them to win. You expect them to win.
But when you talk baseball, you split in between the Yankees and the Mets, right? Mets, yeah. When you're talking football, you split in between the Giants and the Jets. We're not even going to count the Bills because they don't count that. When you talk even basketball, real talk, it's not really Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? It's the Yankees. Brooklyn fans, they won't tell you, but they rooting for the Knicks right now. So it's like, at the end of the day, it's the one sport. Hockey, you got the Islanders, you got the Rangers. You know what I'm saying? And even, the Devils. So, but the one team that I think the tri-state area will go crazy for. It won't be like the Yankees. It won't be like the Mets. It won't be like the Giants. It won't be like the Jets, even though they ain't won that since the 60s.
Yeah, it's not even a different time period. It's just a different period.
It's just that everybody will go crazy if the Knicks can close this show.
It's gonna be the energy.
It's a national holiday.
What did they talk about the whole time with LeBron even going around and stuff like that? Man, if he came to New York and he won a championship with them, I don't know. I may have to change around the fact of who's the best because ain't nobody doing that. like that's the conversation around like a New York.
And even to the point now where you know, I don't know if y'all been hearing, you heard, LeBron want to make New York one of his destinations. KD want to make New York one of his. Good, no, good.
Yeah. I would not like to see that because that is you're tag along at that point. Mm-hmm. If a championship is to be won by the Knicks, it should be won by the gentlemen who are on that team right now. Because there's a bunch of guys that, and when they look at them nationally, they don't look like stars.
Right.
But to the region, they are. And they are all exceptional players. Like,
Brunson
they deserve that.
Best Nick to ever play the game.
He's already a made man. Like, you don't need all these
best Nick to ever play in the game.
Anybody else who comes there to try to grab a chip, whether it's LeBron or KD, they won't get that same type of love. They won't. The New York Knicks, hell, the New York market,
they didn't win.
Yeah, the New York teams themselves, when they win with players that aren't necessarily nationally like star guys. Even when y'all was winning with the Giants, like Eli, you knew the name, but they were not glowing superstars out there.
You want team. Yeah, I can sum it up for you. You want people that can embody the area.
Yep. Either that or
and there's a certain mentality, and it's key that you said that. It's key that you said that because isn't that both teams?
Yeah.
Both teams, how they're set up, embody their team.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The culture of their team.
And from the New York standpoint, either you embody that or you're homegrown. So you have to be somebody who's actually from there, like a Stephon Marbury or like a what's buddy name in Cleveland that they wanted. What the hell's his name? Spider.
Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, they somebody like that. But anybody else outside of that, it's like,
But it works out because you actually have people that are from the area. You got Alvarado, who's from Queens, Brooklyn.
All about it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got Brunson and Cat who are from Jersey.
Yeah.
You know, so you got
Villanova connections.
Yeah, you got cats in the area that on the team and they understand what that means. You know what I'm saying? They know, like Cat grew up a Knicks fan. So he knows. I remember when his weird self was playing in Edison over Metuchen, shooting threes at 6'11" when he was in high school. I hated it, but he getting by. His dad, Brunson dad, played for the Knicks for a quick second. You know, like grew up, lived in New Brunswick. You know, before he moved to Chicago.
I'm sorry, DiVincenzo. I'm sorry he don't get to enjoy this, man. I apologize.
That's one of the. I ain't gonna lie, like that's one of the biggest losses because I'm like DiVincenzo was another one. I call White Dante. He was another one that embodied the area, but it made sense because he went to Villanova. He played under what's my man name? Who was it? You talking
about Jay Wright?
Jay Wright.
Jay Wright.
You know what I'm saying? And Jay Wright got nothing but tri-state area players. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I go back to the Randy Foyd, Mike Nardi, what's the other cat? The other guard from New York. That era. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like his spin game. That's what I'm talking about.
Bro, like,
that boy excited.
That's what he's excited right now.
It'll definitely be awesome in that sense.
It's gonna be a great night, man. Salute, man. Enjoy. It's been fun. Like this is I will say the last couple of years of this podcast, we've been able to enjoy for the most part, like some of our teams actually live in this moment. A couple of years ago, I was in my whole space with the Commanders / Redskins and their playoff run. Earl's in the finals. They've been winning championships for a minute. The Penguins still pissing me off every year. It's gonna be a fun night. I'm just excited to watch this series, man. I may or may not have some money on this. Yeah, we'll see. We'll just go from there. Anything before we get out of here, man? Anything before we get out of here? You know, for this match.
Welcome back, OBJ. All right, that's it.
Yeah.
You were doing New York, so I had to, I mean.
Yeah, true. And welcome back, Jay, man. It's a hot thing.
Turn my music high.
Turn it off.
Sorry,
I'm from the streets
Turn
with
it
a
off.
hood swallow on me.
You think it's coming in the way that he
There's
is?
so much coke that you can run and
Turn it off, man.
Cops comb your shit top to bottom.
Turn it off.
Oh man, there's a bunch of people out there in this internet space that hate the fact that man is about to bless us.
No, I have
Once-
no hate. There's no
Once-
hate. I'm just
once
mad
again.
that I
Not
missed,
you.
I
Not
missed
you.
that epic. And then the funny thing, I'll just say this before.
There you go.
That was the
Should've
one
done
that was the one that I wanted to see because you got the body of work. You know what I'm saying? Where if you go to Yankee Stadium, it's like, yo, you only gonna get Reasonable Doubt, which I'm good with. You're only gonna get Blueprint one night, which I'm good with. You know, I really ain't, more Reasonable Doubt. And then the third night, I don't know what he gonna do. Because they just added that show. So he might do a mix of both. I don't know. But that would probably be the show that you need to go to because you don't know what he's gonna do. But at Philly, he gave you everything.
Yeah.
He bought out people. He gave you everything. Bilal was on the stage with him singing, what's a king to a, what's a god to a non-belief? Like, bought out Jasmine Sullivan, State Property.
Sorry.
Game was there, right? Oh, my bad.
Yeah, real shit.
Yeah.
Even though
They did this too. We still hustle till the sun come up. Crack a 40 when the sun go down. It's a cold winter.
That's the hot seat, man. Yeah, we out
Shout out
here.
to Amazon Flex.
Yes.